All right, we're back with Dr. Arlanda Williams. And let me just ask you, because there's so many things happening in Black History Month, but sometimes people can get confused because there's so many things and things morph into other things and things were this and now they're that. Tell me where y'all stand right now.
So there's been a surgence of sororities that's come into Terrebonne Parish, the Divine Nine. So African American sororities and fraternities. As you know, John Navy and his group are here. More recently, the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority has moved, which is the oldest black female sorority that has moved into Terrebonne Parish. And then there are two social and civic organizations, Community Action Network United. We were once Community Action Network, and that organization was dissolved. And so, not knowing that there was another organization forming, we formed Community Action Network United, which is Terrebonne St. Mary and Lafourche Parish. And then there's also the Ladies of Thrive, which is Terrebonne, Assumption, Lafourche, St. Mary as well. So same thing, kind of like the same mission, but we all realize this one thing. Martin, if I didn't learn anything by sitting on that council, is there's work to do in the African American community. I don't think there's enough organizations. You know, I do think that there's a clear line of what organization is who and what. Mary Miller is the president of Community Action Network United. And then, there, like I said, there's another group in town as well.
And she's so good, too.
Oh, Mary is awesome. And she's a history maker that she never wants to talk about because
Really?
she was the first African-American female or African-American person in the E-Suite at Terrebonne General. She's the first African-American
I'm trying
vice
to get her.
president.
She's so shy.
She's very shy,
Yeah.
but she's such a hard worker, and she's dedicated to that hospital. Like, I tried to get her to come with me today, and she was like, Alana, I really have to get this out.
Yeah.
And
She's dedicated. Yeah.
she's very dedicated. There's a lot, and nothing to take away from any man that's on that E-Suite at Terrebonne General. But Phyllis Peoples, Diane Yates, Teresita, and Mary, those four ladies are the dynamic four, in my opinion. And I serve on that hospital board.
That is a team.
That is the A team.
Yeah.
And so Mary, I was more than honored to serve as her vice president. She's our president. And so she has put together a litany of things that we're doing, from reading in the schools, actually living the lives that we have all been blessed with. So we have about 6 or 7 doctors in this organization, be it PhD, be it pharmacy, or MD, so because we have a couple of pediatricians as well. We're partnered with the Cardiovascular Institute of the South because 2 of our nurses partnered with them, and so we're going to be a part of Hearts and Heals.
Okay.
Which is awesome, and it is to get the word out about heart health. We also we also have our annual tea that you have been a sponsor to, which was fun. I didn't realize that auctioning off an anchor of the day would be such a huge hit. Like, I didn't realize, but then I thought about it. Business people, they do use that because that's a way of marketing, and so that was fun. We might get you to come and model this year for us. That might be fun.
No,
Martin,
I never
I'm
told
telling
you.
it's going to be
I've never
fun.
told you no before, but I am today.
And so the things that we have geared our programs around have been to grow Black women and children in Terrebonne, Lafourche, and St. Mary Parish. And I can't say again, it's no competition between the two groups because it's enough work for everybody to get involved with. And I'm the only one who has actually sat in elected office and sat on that seat to see we need help. Our children need role models. It's time out. They can't just keep looking at television. We have to live a life by example. And, you know, you and I have had this conversation. I don't know how many times I was sitting up here. You had me with Roosevelt, Dud, John. I'm the only Black female sitting up here with my brothers, right? But we all had a different take on life. And then they would tease me and say, oh, I don't want to speak behind you. But so that just made me grow stronger to
Yeah,
say.
but you did that on the council. When you took over as council chair, I remember turning to somebody that night and said, watch how these meetings go. They're going to be efficient. Nobody's going to blow VA because she's not going to let them. And I thought you set the pattern for your own agenda, and I thought it was effective. But I think it's effective in the Black community too, for everybody to rally behind a cause, and for the white community, the black community, the Hispanic community, the Indian community,
To work together.
we all work together for one common cause.
And look, I do a lot of work in Jefferson Parish now, of course. I swear I keep telling everybody I didn't move there, but you can't tell that to the parish president, the state reps, or anybody.
Right.
And we talk about the same thing. I said, where I'm from, yeah, I'm not going to say we're oblivious to racism, that it doesn't exist. It exists across the country. But Terrebonne Parish, you still know people's phone number. You still can say, you went to Terrebonne? Oh, well, you know what? They lived on Liberty Street. Well, I grew up in Dewitville and stuff. Black and white have this good conversation together. So I'm not saying that I'm looking through rose colors. I'm saying for African American History Month, in order for us to continue to write history, we got to start supporting each other.
And there's still some people that want division.
Yeah, no, that's not
on both sides, on all sides. So I always say break through that, because got to keep trudging forward. But there's some people that need division in their life to function. I'm not one of them. You're not one of them. Keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward. And I just think that during, and as you have been for the last, I don't know how many years, I can say 15 years that I've been working with you, you have always done something for African American History Month. You have always acknowledged African American history in Terrebonne Parish. And I'm proud to say, although I'm young, that I'm going to go down in history of Terrebonne Parish, and that's why I will never move.
That's right.
I
You were the
love
first
Terrebonne.
Many occasions.
Yeah, and you told me this. You said, how do you feel being the first? And I remember saying, Martin, it doesn't matter if you're the first. It matters that how good of a job you do, that they will remember you.
Well,
and so I'm truly appreciative.
You did a number one job.
I tried hard.
All right. And look, you even watch the clock now. I got you trained. We got
That's
10,
right.
10
That's 10 seconds.
Alonda, Doc, thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Alonda Williams, always a pleasure to interview her. Get involved. Black History Month. We'll see you around the corner. Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough. Alford and Associates, for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality. Terrebonne General Health Systems, modern technology and timeless caring. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bourke, know your rights. All right, welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Martin Falls. Got one of my favorite people on the set today, Miss Arlanda, or Dr. Arlanda Williams. God, I've been knowing her since she was Mrs. and as doctor. God,
I'm always Arlanda.
You're so important now. You really moved up. She's the Vice Chancellor for Workforce Development and Institutional Advancement at Delgado Community College, and she represents Louisiana's 1st Congressional District. She is Vice Chancellor for Workforce Development and Institutional Advancement at Delgado Community College. She's elected representative of District 2 on the Terrebonne Parish Council. She spent many years there. She's serving her 3rd term, and she was the first female elected to serve as chair of the Terrebonne Parish Council, a position that she has held for 3 terms. Her involvement in professional and civic organizations are numerous. She is president of the National Association of Democratic Officials, has served as 2nd vice president of the Louisiana Democratic State Central Committee, as an executive member of the Democratic National Committee, and she served as a superdelegate for the 2016 presidential election, and was appointed to represent local government officials on the FEMA Mitigation Leadership Group, and served on Governor John Bel Edwards' transition team for the Department of Economic Development. She's also a parliamentarian. God, what don't you do, Arlanda? Huh? Parliamentarian for the Junior Auxiliary of Houma, Vice President of South Central Planning and Regional Development Commission, Secretary of the Terrebonne General Foundation Board, Treasurer of the National Organization of Black County Officials and is an executive board member of the Louisiana Police Jury Association. Dr. Williams is also a member of the J.J. Claymore Order of the Eastern Stars, and she is an active member of the Plymouth Rock Baptist Church, where she serves as chairperson of the Women's Day Committee. Dr. Williams is a graduate of Southern University at New Orleans, having earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science and a Master's degree in Criminal Justice. She also was awarded an Executive Master's of Public Administration from Southern University, Baton Rouge in 2014. She's a proud mother of Joshua and Jeray Williams. And let's see what else. Well, we could have probably went on for hours on that, huh? How you doing? You been okay?
I've been okay. Every time I hear that my profile, I think about, golly, it's time for me to rest, right? And so, but
Hey,
you've
you
been
better
with
push
me.
it in so I can see your eyes over there. You go. I want people to see your eyes.
You've been with me through all of that, and recently, John Navy and I completed our PhDs together. So we called ourselves the Dream Team on the Parish Council. So life after the Parish Council and all that you just read has led me to more, I guess, community service type things and working with the community. And, Martin, I just owe you a big thank you because when I first started, there was, and you talked about this, about how there were different factions of people or leaders in our community, more or less in the African American community, but how there was certain people that wanted to see the communities come together as one, black and white, and to grow. And from day one, from 2003, actually from 2006, when I first got on the council, you have gone beyond the call of duty to make sure that you have promoted not just me, but the things that African Americans have been doing to contribute to the history of Terrebonne Parish. And I don't know if anybody has actually publicly said thank you to you.
Well, I appreciate it, but I just thought it was obvious to me that there were several. I remember telling you that if all the factions in the African American community
Just come
would get together, what a power broker they would be. And I've sort of seen it migrate and doing some things, but I think Terrebonne Parish as a whole has come a long way.
A very long way. If we go back, like I said, just to that 2000, that first article was 2003. It was my father, my Uncle Robert, I think Kirby Bonvillain, was a group of them that, and Troy Johnson, all was sitting up here, and they were talking about promoting unity and coming together. And so I see just from 2003 to today, and you have been just at the drop of a dime, pick up the phone, hey, Martin, we need this story done. And it was done, and it was promoting positive things in the African American community. I couldn't go, I know we didn't come on here to talk about it, but I couldn't go any further without thanking you publicly on your own show.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate it. And we're here to talk about Black History Month.
We are.
Because that has grown also, and there's so many factions. And until I walked into the museum that Margie Scobie's worked so hard on, I was shocked to know the Black history in Terrebonne Parish. And I tell people all the time, y'all would be shocked. And they go, really? I said, you'd be shocked.
You know what's happened? We've done a great job of coming together in this town. I would say, tell people just forget. They just like, oh, that's my friend. It doesn't matter if she's black or white, if he's black or white. That's just my friend, Can we go get the lemon drop? And so we are forgetting what it took to get to us being able to say, hey, let's go have a glass of wine and let's talk about this issue or that issue. But Margie Scobie does an outstanding job to collect the history of this parish and to make sure, because you got to know where you came from in order to know where you're going.
She is so passionate about it. And of course, we're working closely with her to try to get some bigger and better things along the way. But let's do this. We'll take our break. We'll come back, and then we're going to dive into some of the things that you really want to get to today. So we'll take a short break. Dr. Arlanda Williams, our guest right here on Bayou Time. And I'm sorry it took 5 minutes to read the credentials, but she deserves it. So we'll be right back. Don't go away.